Hello everyone. So as promised, this is my video for today. I've been scammed while looking for a job. I prepared a PowerPoint, so I'm going to actually show the journey from applying from a job, getting into initial interview, whatever they had it, and how I was scammed. And so I'm going to actually share everything in stages, and I'm going to show snapshots of the conversation so you should be able actually to paint a full picture of what happened. So let me have a go and start it off. So what I've done first of all, I went into the Google search and I just typed it in a Google search, part-time jobs, UK, working from home. And straight away you get the sponsored links, and certain sponsored links, of course, they are legit and they are real companies, but between a combination of these real companies, they are made up companies. And can you see the top one? So I applied to this one, and I actually applied for several more similar ones, which they basically follow the same pattern. So then you actually open the website. It looks very professional. It looks professional, very welcoming, and they throw all these advertisement phrases, flexibility, and like to draw you in, and then you're offering part-time, £50 a day, 1 to 3 hours, which is really attractive and kind of looks a bit more realistic, isn't it? If they're going to say £200 per hour, you will start thinking, oh, maybe there's something fishy. So they kind of acting smartly here, not giving a whole big amounts. They tone it down to look it more realistic. So then I looked at the jobs, and they make jobs sound very trendy. Virtual assistant, data entry clerk, and all this. And it sounds really interesting. And again, they kind of part-time, £180 a week. Sounds okay, actually. And they give even the hourly rate. So it sounds really actually proper, isn't it? Because you have an hourly rate. You don't actually think there's anything wrong in there. So I applied. I actually applied for several companies, and that's where you start seeing there's something not right. Because all of those companies want you to have a WhatsApp. Yeah? So I was just thinking, why do we need a WhatsApp? Another thing, they don't ask you to submit your CV. So they don't actually care about your CV. They don't want to know your work history, anything. It's like, oh wow, that's strange, and so they just, can you see what information they want? And they just want you to be over 23 years old. So why is over 23? What is so kind of, and I was thinking, might be from that age, people might be start having a little bit more money. So it's easier to kind of scam them and things like that. So then I applied to several companies the same way. And some companies responded the same evening, some the other day. But to be honest, all the companies followed a similar pattern, kind of similar pattern. Some of them were less kind of straightforward, others more straightforward. So this one was the least straightforward. And I think this company, which I'm showing you, was the best organized. That was like they knew how to draw you in. So I got a text message via WhatsApp, and first the lady asked me, I don't know, actually it was a lady, but that's what she introduced herself as. So she asked me, is that me who applied for a job? And I said yes. And then she introduced herself that she's a Scarlett, and then she started asking my previous experience. But, I just sent a couple kind of lines what I worked as and everything. But again, she didn't really ask my CV or places exactly I worked, where actually I'm located, nothing. And she was texting. I tried to call because I thought I want to have a voice conversation. I want to hear the person. I want to kind of know what's happening. She didn't pick up. So she didn't decline the call, but she just didn't answer. But she was communicating via WhatsApp. And, that it was a WhatsApp business account, looks formal, and a picture there of their mum, like 40s, mid-40s, with 2 kids, looking sweet, innocent, welcoming. And they look at the picture and think, oh, I don't mean you harm. Oh, this person is really nice. She's going to look after me. So it's kind of a selling pitch, oh, she looks sweet. But realistically, I don't know who's behind the phone screen. Actually, it could be a man and I have no clue. It could be in a completely different country. And I think that's where they were, from completely different country. Although the phone was a UK-based phone, but realistically, I know nothing. Time, because I already have a job as a tutor, she already showed me like, oh, we have two options. And she knew I'm not going to choose the office. So that's why she's done it. But it's just like a very subtle and a smart move. So kind of like, oh, we have this and this. So that's we're a formal company. So again, that selling pitch that they all legit. They are actually a proper company. And it is actually like, wow, like you start believing it, what they're saying. And then the thing is, then she started explaining what the job is for. You can actually read through. It's very vague. There's no proper details. How the job is done, what the job is done, what kind of company, how long they cooperate. That was the explanation what I got. That's it. She didn't even offer to send me some information via email or forms to fill in. Nothing. So straight away, this is another sign that this is not real. Because, you don't have an interview via texting. Then there's usually amount of paperwork to fill in, doesn't matter what job you apply, and there's non-existent, isn't it? Even if there's a side hustle, still has to be certain formality, and this didn't exist. So look at this explanation. So we just say, basically, they help companies, studios or content creators to increase the public attention, exposure. How you do it, have no clue. First time applied, never done something like that. I have no idea what she's talking about. I will provide all guidance, but she's saying, but there's no guidance. There's no training. She didn't actually ever provide me anything. During a probatory period, and we only need 20 to 30 minutes a day to get the job done. And I'm thinking, okay, 20 to 30 minutes, what kind of job pays 20 to 180 pounds for that? And then you get the money, yeah? So, all right, and that's where I started to feel twinges, might be something not right. Now, she wanted to do training the same evening, but I kind of said to her, I want to do in the morning, then I'm fresh and ready, because I thought it's like a full-on training. I wasn't, and now, before we finished off, there was a question, do you have Revolut advice? And again, I was thinking, oh, why she's asking me about bank accounts if she didn't even ask me about my education? She just asked me what jobs I do. What education do I have? Now, I have a degree, I don't have a degree. Is my English fluent, not fluent? Things like that. Nothing. And now, so next morning, I said, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this probation period. Now, first thing what she sends me, a WhatsApp chat group, and she asked me to join in because that's all the people are in there. And the chat's very positive, light, bright team. Looks very inviting, 45 members. It looks legit. They have rules. They have 2 admin members. All looks nice. And as soon as they put me in, people started saying, oh, welcome, but then I tried to reply and say hello to people, like I sent a message. It was just one tick, the black tick, but not double black tick or grey tick, so my message is not delivered. So it's kind of pending somewhere. I tried to write several more replying to people, but all of them ended up with the one black tick, which means that message is not reaching that group. And I was thinking, oh, it's odd. Might be because I didn't finish probation. Might be, later on starts working. And I kind of didn't pay much attention. But that's a sign you need to watch for straight away. So I thought, okay, so what is this probation thing now, So she says, oh, at 10 o'clock in a group, the jobs are posted. You choose a job and you go to her because she's my coordinator. And she then, contact the management and ask if there is a place for my job to do. That kind of explanation which was very vague. Now, she didn't explain what the jobs were or anything. She just posted those to my WhatsApp message with her 1 and job 2. So I read those jobs They're quite interesting, 20 to 25 pounds. Basically, it says boost exposure on the Facebook accounts of companies, content creators. We collaborate for position 15 people. This doesn't tell me how I'm supposed to do it. So, okay, I said, I will try job one then. So then she comes, your application is successful. Lots of, exclamation marks, sounding all fancy and perfect. And then she sends me all that link with lots of page links on Facebook. And I'm just asking her, what do you want me to do with that? I have no clue. And then she says, just go on each page. You need to follow or like it, take a screenshot, take a picture of the first post, and like it as well. That's your job. I want 50 pictures. So I had to ask many questions to figure out what I need to do, because at first I didn't realize. And I thought that is not very clear. Okay, I did the job. It did took about 25 minutes or so for me, not long. I sent it all the 50 pictures and I got my £25 paid. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is working, I was thinking, maybe it's going to be legit, might be. So I did day 2, a similar job, but when I did it on YouTube, I had to go and like it and take snapshots. So similar what on Facebook I've done with the 50 things. And I got another £25. So 2 days, £50. I'm thinking, maybe that's going to be not a bad side hustle. I like that, But you know what? I was really wrong. On the 3rd day, that's when my money scamming day began. Before I go on this, you remember the group was used kind of for, she said, oh, when you get paid, you must send that image to the group because everybody's saying to show that they paid and say thank you. And yes, everybody keeps sending photos of 25, 20 pounds and I, okay, posted my picture. And again, guess what? 1 grey tick, no double, no delivered. And then I realized there's something not right. Now the 3rd day arrives and the 2 jobs are posted. One job where you need to write like an essay, a proper essay, advertising essay. I could do that, but I thought, write this day for £25. I'm sorry, I'm not going to spend half of the day doing an essay for 25 quid. It's not my thing. The other job, again, sounded vague. I had to go on a promote some clothes items, basically review them. And I need to review 90 items to basically earn 20 to 120 pounds. So I thought, maybe it's going to be something similar. I'm going to go on a website and like I've done on a Facebook, I'm just going to give a reviews, done it, and get my money. But that was not true. So first she tells me, oh, well done, congratulations. And she gives me a link of the website. And she tells me to go onto the website and register and put a referral code. Okay, I've done all of that. All happy. And she asked me to send the snapshot of all that. Okay, I did it and everything. And then she says, oh, you need to deposit £50 in there because otherwise your account is not going to be active. Needs to be £50 for account to be active. And then you just complete that. And she doesn't give any more information. She just says this. And you see, I wrote, I don't want to lose any money. Is this legit? Just ask her. And then can you see they kind of don't even talk about legit. They kind of avoid your question. And then they say, deposit £50 to activate your working account as well need real data. Of course, this is only a temporary deposit and you can withdraw money to your account within 15 minutes after you have finished the task. Yeah? So that's the game. After 15 minutes, remember. So it was kind of, all right, I thought. I got from them that £50. If I lose it, I can sacrifice it. So I thought, let me have a go and do it. But then she tells me, oh, you have to go to customer services there. You see, and they show a little arrow. Well, I need to press on that little red circle. I need to click on that. Yeah? And they're going to guide me how to transfer anything, all the money. and they make it sound all, easy. I went into that platform. I asked how to do it. And then they gave me, can you see these options? How I can deposit? N26, Remitly, Profi, Tap Send. I'm looking at them and I think, what are they? What are they? I have no clue. Realistically, I don't know these type of accounts. I don't understand what are they. And I'm just asking, what is this? What does that mean, Like, and it's like, all these hands, and for you, I said, I have none of them, Yeah, all Remitly is really good to register, and we guide you step by step. You're going to take snapshots, and we show you how to send the money. I thought, okay, I decided to do it. I'm going to do my plan till the end, so I continue. I followed step by step. They're so super nice, helpful, touch. They're perfect. And then they gave me the details I need to send. Can you see the details? Does it look like a company? First of all, the money are going to Kenya. What is this, Kenya? This is like straight away scam, yeah? If you get something like, and then I'm sending to the person. I'm not sending to a company or to this page. So this is another dodgy thing. So like, I did it because I wanted to see what happens next. I wanted to see actually how far these people can go. So I did this. I got that £50 in and I started clicking as they told me, I review, click, and bang on. I ended up, can you see, minus 874. Bang, massive amount. And I was thinking, what is this? And they don't let me do. They say, there's not enough funds. You need to put the funds in. Okay, I'm going back to that person. I'm saying, what should I do? And then she just says, oh, this is the bulk buy. You already done 2 bulk buys, but they managed to fit within your £50. But then you do bulk buy and you buy, you get lots of bonuses, And this is so good. And people just get 1 to 3, might be a 4th time, max. And then you will make lots of money out of it. And then that makes like a little speech. I'm so frustrated. Can you see? Like, so they make you feel you're so lucky. This is I actually got really upset. I said, I'm not putting my money in there. I'm not going to put in £174 in account. Well, I know I'm going to lose it. I definitely know this is a scam. This is a definite scam, And then I saying I want to cancel and I want that money back, whatever I put that in. And she's like, oh no, you can't cancel. You need to complete all the work. It's the same for everyone. You can understand how you feel now. Like I said, we normally get 1 to 3 times. This is your 3rd time. But then afterwards, but you can also get a 4th one in case, like she said in between. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. Because then a 4th one is going to come, I need to put £2,000. No. I said, okay, I have no money. What do you expect me to do? Or you can finish the job next day. You can collect the money and, you can finish the job later. It doesn't have to be done today. And you remember what she said at the beginning. You put £50, you get it back in 15 minutes. So that, can you see, is 1 o'clock. Then I got that thing. 12 o'clock, then I had these negotiations with her. So this is kind of like no 15 minutes thing. Now, then she realized I'm not working with her. She or he, whatever the person was, started different tactics. So they started, I know it's a lot of money for you, but if you need my help, I can lend you a little money to finish it. So how much you have now? If you got 600, I try to lend you the rest of the money, which is 274. But you can't tell anyone in this group because I'll risk being removed. But I can't tell anyone anyway because I can't post. So when she said that, I tried to post to the group and ask, have you been in this situation, anybody? How you dealt with it? And guess what? One tick. My message is not delivered. So how I can, then I wrote to, the person who is in charge, or the group, the main, that person ignored my message for an hour, and then they wrote, oh no, you need just to finish. You need to finish and you will be fine. Your money will be returned, I swear. So I kind of realized that money won't be returned, and I refused to send any money. They tried to text me throughout the day, oh, but you try and finish the job, you will see the money will be returned and all that. But then I threatened them that I'm actually going to go public with this and that I'm going to report them. I was removed from a group and deleted from everything. So that's how dangerous this thing is. So I kind of hope you be very, very careful. Then you're going to try something like this. Please do not put even £10 in. I did it because I wanted to see what consequences there would be, because I just wanted to see how they try to grab you into that web. Different companies try different strategies. Then another company, they didn't try this long-winded route. They straight away kind of said, oh, we're in a demo account. Now I'm going to put my money. Oh, but now can you help me out and contribute with yours? But in a way, it was a very similar thing, but less subtle. But they literally tried to do exactly the same thing. So just to end it up my video, I know it's been quite a long one. If they're going to contact you via WhatsApp to have an interview, please don't even bother. If they don't ask your CV and they don't at least have a video interview with you where you can see each other's faces and where you get a paperwork trail and forms to fill, don't even waste your time, because they're not legit. And even if they give you 3 or 4 days to earn some money, they're going to take away from you that 3 times more, than whatever, you earned. So just be careful, everybody, but especially young ladies just kind of finding their food, single moms who are exhausted, working a lot, and sometimes don't have time to actually stop and think, is that a normal thing? So give yourself time, don't rush. And when you go into some kind of thing like this, what I thought would be the best to do, call the friend and talk. What do you think what this is? Sometimes ask somebody's opinion about it, and maybe they're going to stop you in the right time. And thanks for taking your time with me. I know it's been a long video, but I'm hoping that is going to be super informative. And have a good day. Bye.